to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
Total protonic reversal.
Protonic reversal.
Protonic reversal with your host, Conan Neutron. Broadcasting from a secret underground lair in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
A gigantic middle finger to everything that is rotten about music, rock and roll, and corporate power.
The thing is, though, if you don't laugh, you're going to go on a killing spree with sharpening nails.
Confidence of a hero or a fool. I wasn't exactly certain which.
Could not be more professional.
It means something. It means something. You know, that's my take on it. What's yours?
Protonic reversal.
That's like a science thing, right?
Indeed it is. It is a science thing, is a science place, is a scientific fact that we are all up in your face. It is time once again for the one, the only Protonic Reversal. Welcome to it. Second episode of 2026, people. That's right. That's what's happening. Colder than a well digger's ass in this basement. I tell you. I'm sorry, a secret bunker. Don't mind sharing that either. Very excited. Mere moments get me talking once again to returning guest Mr. William Goldsmith of Assertion, St. Real Estate, Foo Fighters. Great dude. It's been a while since he's been on. It would be disingenuous not to mention that my beloved cat of 18 years, Jack Harkness, just passed away on Friday. And it's hit me pretty hard. Not going to lie. So that was ironically, right after I had Pal Jenkins of Blackheart Procession, a.k.a. premium bummer music of my generation, on the show. But it's been a pretty depressing couple days. So bear with me as I... as I do what I do, which is work through it, and talk to this wonderful musician very shortly. Additionally, I should say, depending on when you engage with this, if you're a patron, you're hearing it before the announcement. Otherwise, it's going to be happening on Tuesday. Neutron the Secret Friends going out with Red Cross on tour, March and April. So check the show notes for that. If you're in any of those places, most of them in the South, please come out. And it should be a really good time. Before we do any more of that has literally nothing to do with my beloved guest. Beloved? Sure, we'll say beloved. He's beloved to me. My name is Conan Neutron. The name of the show is Conan Neutron's Protonic Reversal. I am a rock and roll lifer who has been touring and recording for 26 years. I had to update that, by the way. Most known for the band Conan Neutron and the Secret Friends. Music is a huge part of my life, and I use the format of this very long-running podcast to talk about music with musicians whose work I enjoy and respect, but who may not be household names. And this is episode 449. That's very alliterative. If this is your first time listening to the show, archives of it are available for free. No ads, no sponsors, no kidding, at protonicreversal.com. However, if you want to support the show and get episodes sooner, $1 a month at patreon.com/protonicreversal will achieve that goal. Now, if you like the show, or even just a single episode, please feel free to like, subscribe on your platform of choice, share it around on the internet, even leave a review. All that helps people discover the show. It beats back the almighty algorithmic overlords, and it's just a darn nice thing to do. So, this next guy, most known in my world for being the incredible drummer of St. Real Estate, and potentially for a very brief but lovely period of, cosmically brief, of being in the Foo Fighters. You also may know Assertion, which is a band that snuck on my 2026 Best of Records list. What? That's right, 2 episodes before this. And it's on there because it's rad. This guy rules. I'm excited to have him back. It's been a long time. I don't remember how long exactly. But Mr. William Goldsmith, welcome back to the show.
Hi. It was a while. It's been a while.
I was trying to think of how long it's been. I didn't bother looking.
I mean,
cool, right?
a year or more. But,
it's been over a year for sure.
I'm sorry to hear about your cat, man. And and the Blackheart Procession. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just, I was making a kidding on the square that like their total like bummer music.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
compliment.
saying a
And
member.
I've been
I thought you were
listening
gonna-
to a lot of bummer music.
Oh, I thought you were saying a member of that band.
No. Thankfully, he was just the last one that was on, which is
Okay.
great. They're back and playing shows again. I love that.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
I was like, that's great. Also, by the way, that dude really knows knives.
Really?
No, really knows knives. Like he makes them, and like they're really like he like has they call them Bali knives instead not switchblades, but like there's more knife talk in that episode than any other episode in the history of this show. But
I've
like
done a
I
bit
don't
of-
mean that in a bad way.
I've done a bit of knife throwing in my day, here and there.
Sure.
I've dabbled,
That's what I'm dabbling.
as we all do. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Here, yeah, how would you?
That's true. I should have listened to that episode.
I
didn't know
guess so,
that. I didn't know that you already had, done one episode since it.
Yeah. Yes. So this is the second episode of the year. Last time we talked, I think, was actually before I think Sunny Day Real Estate stuff was about to reoccur, but it had not happened yet.
Oh my
That's
God,
how
that
long
has
ago
been
it was.
way longer than a year.
Yeah,
like
it's been
5
longer than a year.
years.
It it's one of those things that like
Wow.
nobody cares. It's not on screen. You know what I mean? It's like
Sure. Yeah.
2021, December 2021.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. So 4 years, 11 months. That does not seem like that long ago, but
Yeah. Time is weird.
because at the time the first Assertion record had just kind of come out, and this one came out this last year,
Yeah.
just in time to make the list, which is why these people that like make their like best of lists and they're like you're making their best of list in like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's like hey,
Yeah.
there's a whole other month.
You didn't put us on there because you felt sorry for us or anything.
Oh, God, but I like the record. I like the record. I mean, yeah, exactly.
Poor guys, they
It
worked
was-
so hard, so long.
They really put their all into it. Oh, it's a great record.
A for effort with these guys,
No, I really dug it, and I almost didn't know about it because since I was, ran around tour myself, I didn't even notice it had been released. So like it came to me kind of like late in the game. So that's one of the reasons why I waited.
Also, the record you sent me of yours is great.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank
Man,
you.
it's so heavy. It's very powerful. I love
Yeah,
it.
and it's it's one of those things where it's a minor miracle if anybody finds anything at all these days, right? So it's like you got to celebrate it when you can.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff that it's hard to sift through. So,
But let's start there because I know there was a tragedy in the Assertion camp, and I feel like we have to give it its due.
yeah,
I don't know how to broach the topic other than just to say like it sucks.
yeah,
Right? I mean,
yeah. It does.
death in the family.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps happening over and over again. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Brian had left the band for a while, and then he was all set to come back, and he was going to come back in November, and we were FaceTiming, and we were all set to go, and he was doing great, and then all of a sudden, my friend Matthew Kern messaged me and he goes, "Hey, I'm really sorry to hear about Brian," and I was like, "What, my brother?" I was like, "Wait, that's Bryan." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And it just was out of the blue, it just totally it just was very sudden. So didn't see it coming. Anyway, yeah, it's a bummer, but yeah, it's been hard. It's been really hard for my son Logan because he was really nice to the kids, and Logan was like confused at first. He was like, but he was supposed to come back and play with Assertion again. I was like, yeah, I know. And he goes, well, is he going to play bass in heaven? And I was like, and I said, I can't remember what it's like in that dimension, but maybe so. I said, that'd be awesome,
Kid, that's a complicated question.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, but maybe that's a nice thought,
Yeah. It's so rough, and it's one of those things too where it happens. The more you get older, the more it happens, right? And that's hard to reconcile as well. And
it's been pretty consistent with me. Yeah, but all ages, but yeah, I mean, but not to not to me.
Yeah, just really
the 2 episodes you've done with me have been about death. But
let's kick it off some light fare, maybe some death.
But
Right.
we should. It is right to pay our respects to Brian and also to your cat. One of my best friends was a cat named Mr. Blue, who is one of the coolest individuals I've ever met in my life. And so I feel for you. You know?
Yeah, I characterize him not just as a cat, but as my best friend, and
Yeah.
it's tough, man. It's like the light and love and purpose that they give to our lives. It matters so much, and the absence when they're gone is just a gaping hole, so to speak.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You had some pretty. There's been some pretty great, and I was lucky enough to see at least one of them. Some pretty great exaltations of joy, though, with the San Diego real estate stuff. I mean, I thought you guys sounded freaking killer when I saw you guys play. It was awesome.
It's been getting better and better as time goes on. You know, the first year or so, it was kind of like, sort of getting our footing.
That's what you were saying, yeah.
Yeah. But it's been getting better and better. So yeah.
And the nice thing is you not only have people that love the band back in the day and maybe saw you or whatever, but then you also have people that never got to see you.
Yeah.
They didn't know, they weren't around, maybe they're like youngins, and like you get to see people have this like wonderful experience with this. It's not a catharsis in what Saint Day does, and to have these like incredible communal experiences together. I mean, that's what music's all about, really. If you ask me.
Yeah, and as time goes on, the audiences have been getting younger and younger. It's strange.
Which is crazy, right? Because that's something when you think about like reunion bands, is like, oh, here we go. Here's AARP in the front row, But
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of beards the first year and a half or so.
Sure.
But but I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. By the way.
No. I guess I'm more because this is my reckoning of the Sunday real estate being back and playing, is that it is sort of not just a nostalgia trip. It's kind of like a level of connection, for multi-generational level of connection, right? And that's great. I mean, ideally that's, especially for a band that, it's not that you guys didn't find your audience, but it was by nature of some of the events of the band and how things went down, you didn't necessarily get to be present in the moment and have have the good experiences of doing this. And you get to do that now. That's so rad.
Yeah, we don't. It's something that we don't take for granted. That's for sure. Like, we feel very fortunate to be able to go out and play and have people actually show up. So yeah, for sure. But I mean, the first part of our career was spent playing to like 2 to 5 people on an average a night.
Right. Yeah.
Touring forever and playing to no one. And
it like means a lot to one person. Okay, well, better than 0.
Yeah, people only started coming, like, it was like right at the very tail end of the tour with Shudder to Think and Brainiac. Yeah. Brainiac was on the first half, and then Soul Coughing was on the second half. And it was towards the tail end of that all of a sudden, like, the shows were selling out. And it was like, and then we got like the first time ever, like, the encore thing in Portland, and we were like,
right.
We're like, what are we supposed to do?
You want
more?
You want more?
Yeah. It's like, we're playing second.
Yeah. We're not the headlining band here.
Yeah,
it's like, this is an Aerosmith or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, and that's right. And then also when you're in that position, you're tailing your set to be in such a situation that you have a beginning, a middle, of an end. You're trying to be like, you don't want to overstay your welcome. You want to give people all the bang that they can. Then you're like, wait, what? You want more music?
Yeah. Huh. We're like, we didn't practice anything else.
We don't. Do we know another song? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And especially because I think that, like, live, there's a bombast that is as great as the records are. Like, does it? I mean, it's like one of those things that's hard to get across that kind of thing on record sometimes.
Yeah, it's like hearing Lungfish for the first time and then seeing Lungfish for the first time or something.
Yeah, where it's like, oh,
yeah.
Maxell guy,
I think Dan tried to turn me on to Lungfish and I didn't get it at first. And I went and saw him. I was like, oh.
My man, I was the same way. I was people like, oh, you got a Lungfish, you're so amazing. I'm like, all right. I'm like, big deal, whatever. Yeah. And then, like, it's like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah. This is like an alien landing.
Yeah.
This is like something you've never seen before. Okay.
Yeah, it's like watching a pirate gang come up and play a few songs. That they wrote just because they lived. It's crazy.
Well, and that's. Yeah, and that's something, you know, people that especially saw a lot of like the crazy '80s butthole surfer shows say the same thing. I was lucky enough to see him a bunch of times, but like later on, where it's just like this is like just an event, like that maybe your life is in danger, maybe not. Okay, well doesn't sound like.
Yeah, Jesus Lizard. There's another one. Like,
Jesus Lizard's another one.
Jesus Lizard, like, Jesus, my God, this is insane.
Which
I've never seen anything like it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that blew my mind. I mean, I saw them some like 13 times, and I saw David Yao sing a song from the T-shirt box. He got like crowd surfed out. He was like got dumped in the merch table, and then the merch table he tumbled over into the T-shirt box and just sang the song from the T-shirt box. And then people like dumped the T-shirt box over, and I'm like, what is what is this? By the way, I'm like 17 when all this is happening, so it's like, I was like, I didn't know rock and roll could be like this, you know?
Yeah. Mac McNeely, man. Sorry.
Yeah, Mac McNeely. Pretty good.
Great.
Pretty good on the drums. Pretty good.
Yep.
but I feel like that's something where, as much as I really personally vibed with the records for Sunday Real Estate, like having never seen you guys live originally, I didn't understand like how it's like, oh no, there's like both presence in the terms of like musical presence and like Led Zeppelin presence, you know, like this is like this is like a big show. This is you know, which is great because that's there's no names mentioned, but bands were like, oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm so stoked to see them, and it was like, yeah, that was okay. That was all
okay.
Right.
Well, that's good. I think it's probably best you didn't see us early on though, because there was a whole lot of woo, 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 no stage tuners. You know, when I finally found out that there were stage tuners, I was like, wait, this whole time we
could have not been doing that.
Not to.
It's like that supercut somebody did of the Grateful Dead just tuning. It's like an hour of Grateful Dead tuning, which is just,
really wow.
Yeah, it's exactly as compelling as you think it is. But you know, but that's a real thing. Technology we take for granted now, right? But it's like
for sure.
It was not as
but
easy.
I think the technology existed though. I think they just didn't get it. But anyway, that's all right.
Yeah, well, hindsight's 2020.
Indeed.
Well. And I don't want to run through
Talk
everything.
Shit about our guitar players.
Hey man, we've all been there. You know.
I will say one thing that really is helps the shows now is Greg Saran playing with us is a huge big thing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Great.
Like if there's any kind of like the beginning of Pillars and something like that, you know, like he can just dial it in and get the exact sound. I don't know how he does it, but he does, you know.
He's just one of those wizards, right? That just like has that Wizards of Sound where it's like, I don't know how you do that, but I'm glad you do.
Yeah, for sure.
So take us back to, and it is so funny to think about because, you know, I love Shudder to Think. I love Brainiac. You know, I love all those bands. But then for the longest time, I didn't realize, because again, I'm coming out with no frame of reference later on. That's like you guys were part of that. I was just like, oh, this band is this really intense. I had never even heard the dreaded E word at that point. You know what I mean? I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay, there's a lot going on here. Wow.
We were not knowingly associated with the E word.
And why would you be, right?
Yeah.
But I remember when I first heard Diary and just being like, oh wow, this is not like put it on the background kind of music. This is crazy. Like I had never heard anything quite like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of just seemed like it existed like on an island, on its own planet. Take of that what you will, as many of my favorite bands do. But I didn't understand like the cultural context of like, oh yeah, all these bands were playing together. You know, they played with Unwound. They played with like, you know,
Drive Like Jehu.
Jehu. Yeah, like all these bands that I was obsessed with from a totally different center of the brain or soul, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I wouldn't really say that because we weren't like, you know, we weren't necessarily a part of the Discord scene. We weren't really a part of anything. It just so happens we played some shows, did some tours with some of those bands. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, you're in music. You also like music. You like to play with bands that are good. You know, you can challenge each other to kind of work a little harder, and that's lovely.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works great.
Yeah. that's why we'd always take heroic doses with us on tour, is because they would push us to, actually they would just completely wipe us off the stage. They would destroy us every night. But still, who heroic doses, Bill Dolan.
Yeah.
Ryan Raps, and Bill Dolan is still one of my best friends. Like he and I have the kind of thing where it's like every time we start having a conversation, I can't stop thinking of another thing. Oh, I got to tell you about this.
Right.
We just talked the other day. It was really cool. But I'm actually in the process of going through this hard drive and trying to resurrect these old files from some recordings that we did.
Oh, that's kind of awesome. That's great.
2003 or 4. Yeah.
Oh, how cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, just for fun. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, why not? Yeah. And so what do you think? And that's, yeah. And that, like, a great example, like I remember seeing John Spencer Blues Explosion, whatever, I guess like somewhat quote unquote later in their career, but their opening bands were Liars, like that first Liars record, which was amazing. And Yes.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, God damn, like, because both bands were just like, meteor strike of like, oh, and then it's like, wow, they're setting the bar pretty high. But then they came out and they freaking rocked the place. Of course they did. It was wonderful. Yeah. And to me, that's kind of the world that I love about punk rock, where everyone gets their chance to do their thing. Everyone gets a chance to dazzle. It's all kind of a communitarian effort, and we're all trying to elevate beyond like the vagaries and mundane, mediocre miseries of the world and be somewhere else for a while.
Yeah.
And that's why it was just like, so badass to see you guys doing that and seeing like have that like wave of, I don't know, it's not love necessarily. It isn't, it doesn't, but like having, something positive.
Yeah.
Engage people community wise. It's important.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And you especially notice when it's not there.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, everything's sad.
Yeah, and I want to keep doing it. So hopefully.
Well, so talk again. I get so leery about repeating myself, and then people who like listen to the show were like, "No, repeat yourself. It's fine." I was like, "Okay, great." But tell me about Diary.
Yeah.
How that one came together, huh?
The actual very first one, or the re-recording of? All right. Or yeah.
Well, I was speaking of the re-recording, but you know what? Let's do both. Because I think that it's interesting that it depends on what level of fandom you are that you even know about that.
Yeah.
Right. So
sure.
Tell me about both. Tell me the first time, and then we'll talk about the second time.
Well, I mean, we toured. We toured for quite a while, out to basically go out to Chicago to record with Brad Wood at Idful, and we first got there, and Casey Rice greets us, and he's like, "You guys are just a fucking rock band, okay? You're nothing special." I was like, and
okay,
but it was great. But no, he was really funny, and
yeah.
But I mean, he was kind of serious. It took a while to like get him to like finally not be a hard ass with me. But that's where we first met John Herndon, Johnny Machine, John McIntyre,
that guy, yeah,
and Leroy Bach, and Billy was out of town, but I think Matt and Nate were crashing in Billy's room. They lived in this big warehouse, and with like Brad lived there, Billy lived there, Leroy lived there. And I can't remember the other gentleman that lived there. But anyway, so we all stayed there. I slept on the couch in the big warehouse. And and it was really, we were really burnt out from touring. The night before we went in to record, we played at the Avalon with Local H. And that's the first time I met Scott Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
who I have, you know what? I'm just going to say, because I think it's funny, who I have pissed next to multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah,
and maybe I should bring him on the show. Didn't seem like the time to bring it up, though. So
yeah. I went on the Lifers podcast that he does, and we discussed.
That dude has a podcast. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I know it's like there's so much. It's hard to know everything that's going on. But it was right after David Lynch died, and so it was kind of based around that, like favorite songs used in David Lynch films. So then we went to the studio, and then we tracked everything live. Basically, it was live. I think we did. Casey did some overdubs he did a little extra guitar on a song just for fun. But and I was terrified. It's first time recording an actual like record. It was just kind of like, whoa. And I was I was 18, 19, I think. Or maybe I was 20. I was 19 or 20. Jeremy's like 2 years younger, so we were kids basically.
And who are you at that time? Who were your people you were looking at for Common Cause for drums? Are you thinking of like Brendan and Rites of Spring and stuff, or what's?
Oh man, I mean, it's
more classic
all over the
rock.
place. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of a classic rock kid. I grew up with listening to like
same.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin, The Who, and then Rush was a big one.
Yeah, these guys are all right. Yeah.
Yeah. No Means No is one of my favorite bands, but I mean, and
John Wright, man.
Yeah. I mean, No Means, like, I went and looked at my senior yearbook, and it's there's the picture with the kids with the tuxedos on. The senior, it's got the senior quote, and mine says, "Be strong, be wrong." And I was like, wow, I was going back then. That's kind of funny.
Nailed it early. That's so great, and it's so funny. There should be like a collection of those types of things, right? Where it's like, oh, you can just kind of tell the character of this player.
Yeah,
real early on.
Yeah, I mean, nobody understood what I was talking about.
Oh, of course not. Why would they? Right? Yeah. Like
except for two other people, but
Yeah, and it means a lot to those people, which is
weird. Totally. But yeah, so I remember we tracked the record. We were staying in Wicker Park, and it was a really cool, magical experience. It was also really nerve-wracking, stressful, but we did it. And then I got word that my grandfather was in the hospital, and so I had to fly back early. Those poor guys had to drive back, but I flew back basically to try to get there before my grandpa died. But I did. Yeah. He died right while I was in the air. But he was old. He lived a full life. So, so yeah, and I think Jeremy tracked some of the vocals out there, and then most or all, and then it was mixed at Bad Animals in Seattle. Mm-hmm. Brad came out and did it there later. So that was Hart's studio. I don't know if you remember that place.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you know Brad, by the way? How did you get hooked up with him?
I think Jonathan Poneman from Sub Pop, they were really into the Exile and Guyville record, and he did.
Of course. Yeah.
Which is an amazing record. So we went. That was the inspiration behind that. So, and we actually listened to that first Liz Phair record a lot on the way to on the road to get there. And I remember lying on the sort of loft that you build that goes above all the gear that you sleep on, like listening to that record, and just kind of like dozing off. And it was a very kind of magical time. But yeah, it was really cool. But so yeah, I mean, it was kind of, some of it's a blur, but it was a crazy time. And then the new one, we just were like, we could probably do some of this a little bit better now.
Because it's right, because it's a cool record, but it's an artifact of the times.
Sure.
And it doesn't quite have the thunder.
Yeah.
Necessarily, right? I mean, and realize when I say that, look, First Gang of Four record, one of my favorites of all time, objectively weird sounding record.
Yeah.
Clinical, austere sounding. It's like none of the things that you associate with that band. Wire, some of those like early Wire records. There's a lot of records that are greght records, but it's like that does not sound like how that band sounded like. It's not like it was doing some. Not like there's like gated snare crap or stuff.
I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah.
But there's a little bit of an oomph that is missing from it, right? Which is funny because so many people engage with it, and maybe we're engaging with it from a perspective of coming from like a, for lack of a better term, softer place.
Yeah.
Right? And thinking that it was more of that world. Like, no, this is like some for serious rock and roll. This is like...
Yeah, it's not a quiet band.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Which is, again, when divorced of just this like incredibly mysterious looking like record.
Yeah.
Apropos of nothing, to find out like, oh no, this is a hell ass rock band. Like, great, wonderful.
Yeah.
What a nice surprise.
but also at the same time, I mean, if you think about it, like I wasn't exactly, like Mr. Whatever drum tuning, like I wasn't exactly a tech guy. I was just like a sort of scattered ADHD kid who played drums because he needed to get something out, and and never learned. So I mean, I had a bunch of pillows probably in my freaking bass drum, you know what I mean, back then and stuff like that. So there's also a lot of oomph that I sort of evolved and developed over time that it was a lot easier to capture recording wise. So,
and more about it now, right? More about it. You're it's there's something to be said. I mean, there's always something to be said for youthful exuberance.
It is what it is.
But you're making it. You're not being like, I'm going to be thinking about this record 40 years from now.
Yeah. Shoe in a dryer. I think is what I call it. Yeah.
So nice, good one. So then take me forward for the re-record of that. Like, how does that come to pass? I can't remember we talked about it or not, but like we're talking about it now, so that's the important thing.
Yeah, it was. We were just kind of like the 30th anniversary of Diary was coming up, and we were like, maybe we should go in and track it live, and then Jeremy did the vocals after the fact, but everything else is tracked live. So, and so we did that, and then I think I'll have to say, for me, a lot of the incentive was to try to get it done kind of fast. And I think some of it, we should have done maybe more than one take of 7, but we did one take, and what are you going to do? But we were trying to get it done fast so we could get to this song Novum Beatus and record that and put that. I think that was kind of like the thing I really wanted to record and put out. So, that was the new song.
Interesting, because I would give 7 the most improved award.
It's too fast.
You think so? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Way too fast. We didn't do that one to a click because on the breaks, Jeremy was like, dude, this click is throwing me off, because we could have tempo mapped it, but we didn't. But so, Jeremy's like, yeah, screw the click. And so we did do it with the click. It was like 1,000 miles per hour, but it was okay. I would have liked to have done another couple runs, but
I'm a big, as anyone who has paid the remotest attention to me or pays any attention at all, I'm a huge space nerd. And 7 was in For All Mankind, which is my favorite space nerd TV show.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Wait, what is that? What TV show?
For All Mankind. So the guy, Ronald D. Moore, the guy who did basically made Next Generation good.
Yeah.
And Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
He wrote a show called For All Mankind. There's
heard of it.
4 seasons for it. There's a scene in somewhere in the 3rd season, I can't remember, that has a fucking San Diego real estate song.
I didn't know that.
Dude, it's awesome.
Really? Oh, I had no idea. That's funny.
I assumed you did know about it. Otherwise, I would have informed you. I would have.
Wow, I had no idea. And I'm a space nerd as well. I don't know if you know that.
It's a great show. It's like the best recent space show, I think. I like Strange New Worlds. I think that kind of captures the spirit of old Trek, right?
Yeah.
But this is its own thing, and all right, I guess I'm going to give you the pitch on it. It's like an alternate timeline where the Russians win the space race.
Okay, yeah.
But that leads to like a bunch of other events, and so you get this whole alt history, and every season's kind of like a decade within it.
Wow.
And it's super good. I'm a big Ronald D. Moore fan. I think he made Star Trek Next Generation something that wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
Peace and love. And like Battlestar Galactica, I love his Battlestar Galactica as well. I think he's a great writer. So there's a science something. Check it out. It's awesome.
Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. That's like an Apple TV thing.
I want to say it's Apple TV. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen it, but I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I don't know why that's what came to mind, but I distinctly remember that. In that same way that it's in one of the Guitar Heroes, right? Which I found I tripped over a controller for that the other day.
I think so, yeah. I've never played that, but Yeah, no, I think it is or was. I'm not sure.
Or is it Rock Band? There's a Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
I think I'm not sure. It's in one of those.
It's in one of the
or
games
was.
that you like. You're playing video games and you play along with the song. And I was like, wow,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
trip. There's San Diego Real Estate song on this.
Yeah.
In a good way.
I wonder how
that's
accurate they get it.
I know. Right? I don't even know because I don't have a video game system anymore. But at one point I did. That was a good party game because it's like, people come over like, hey, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do Jukebox Hero or
Yeah.
or the Joan Jett. I love rock and roll or
Yeah.
what have you. It's a good time. But why am I talking about? Oh yeah, because 7 has got like it's like it's an enduring song, right? It's a song that has like a little bit of a cultural cachet off that record.
Yeah.
Beyond just the. So it's interesting to me that you're not. You just think it's like too fast.
Yeah, I think the rest of the band would agree after they listen back, But but it's fine. It is what it is, But I think the song that I was really happy with was "The Blankets Were the Stairs." To take that and revamp that, 'cause that song is like concept-wise, it's amazing, and it's fine on Diary. It is what it is, But it's executed a lot more effectively, I think. On the new song.
Right, like it doesn't have like it's good.
Yeah,
it's just like there's other songs that like kind of pop.
Yeah.
More on that record. So
Sure. Yeah.
and that's always the danger of revisiting things, right? Where it's like, okay, this one, maybe this one had the juice then, and like maybe it doesn't hit the same way, and like this one is like, oh, this could have been more, and like now we get the chance to show that in a different way.
And also, it wasn't really like trying to it was just sort of like, this is how these songs sound now, You know what I mean? That 30 years later. So.
Well, and there's something with that record where everything's so kind of grandiose, like in a way, right? Like it's this kind of huge, like it was almost off-putting for me when I first heard it. And then like I was like, it kept me listening. And then I was like, oh, actually this is badass. But like there's so, and that's where I feel like, you mentioned like Rush, and obviously I'm talking more about the Neil side of it, but just that being unafraid of like the anti-punk rock thing of like, no, we're going to make this as big as we can, which is more something I ascribe to, like the Better Sense of Arena Rock, maybe your Alice Cooper band or Zeppelin, little band called Led Zeppelin, so on and so on. But it came off, especially at that time, of just being like, oh, huh. Because it wasn't cock rock.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
But it was, it hit in such a way that it just felt like there's these large waves of sound like coming at you. And in a way that I think Unwound kind of got there a little bit too, in a different way. Depending on the record and depending on the songs. But it's interesting that there's such, beauty to it, especially with like, how Jeremy invoked like the lyrics with the vocals and everything. But it just really kind of just felt like it came from another planet or something at the time, absent of context.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a basement experiment that wasn't really meant to, we didn't really think of it as being presented to anyone. Especially since all ages shows were illegal for that period of time. So playing out wasn't really a thing. Yeah. So like that sort of fell off our radar. So our main focus just was like 9 hours in the basement, experimenting and coming up with these things going, wow, I can't believe it was just Kate made up that thing, that we just made this weird story, this air sculpture thing that's like crazy, It's cool.
It's almost
really
like you guys
fun.
were like making your own language or something, right? And it's a great success.
Yeah, well, Dan was the ringleader. Dan was the one who was always like making every single person feel like they just rediscovered fire or something, and then pushing them to like keep going. Dan was the one who was really like, pushing us to experiment, keep going, encouraging everyone. So,
well, and you end up with something kind of like, that record, it's very, very pristine in it's way, but also very accessible, which is not usually things that you put in that same way. And I say that as someone that, I love Brian, and I love like a lot of these like really austere sounding things, right? But it's, there's something that's very, like it's open-hearted in tone and in sound.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I personally cannot listen to those first two records. I can't.
You've
I'm
said,
sorry.
which is crazy.
Yeah, no,
I get it.
can't,
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I can't. But like how it feels to be something on, I think I think that record is, I can handle hearing that, here and there.
I completely agree. I think that sort of like if I had heard, which is interesting because like I got into that one like later on. I just wasn't aware of it. But that was the one where I feel like I would have had a better handle on what the band was if I'd heard that one first.
Sure,
if that makes sense.
I agree. Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. Yeah, it's a more interesting record, I think. Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what people are looking to engage with, whether that's going to be like what they go with, or if they kind of just go with, the immediate limbic system. But I mean, I think we talked about last time. I like the Rising Tide, man. I think the Rising Tide's a really good record.
Yeah, I like it too. There's songs off of there that I can listen to and not turn off, for sure. Except for maybe Television.
Are you saying why that one? Was that one not?
It's just a little weird.
All right, well, fine. I get it.
I think everybody would agree. I think a lot of people would agree.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's a kind of a strange song, although there are moments where I'm like, oh, I kind of like that part, But but it was definitely it was like that song was like a character that was kind of like not exactly us, but it was what it was. Yeah.
Well, but it's also, to me, it seemed like, they're doing the thing where they're not expecting to play every one of these songs live. And it can just be a song that exists within its own universe as a thing on the record. And I don't know if that's the case or not, but that's kind of how it felt like to me. Like how the Beatles would do, right? Where they're not worrying about playing these songs live. They're not fucking playing live,
Well, we knew that we were going to have to play at least some of them live.
Yeah.
But there are songs that we haven't done. Rain Song has never been done live.
Okay.
Tearing in My Heart has never been done live. Jeremy played drums on that song, by the way.
Did he really? Oh,
yeah.
Good. Not bad.
I mean, it was just kind of like, I was like, you should do it, because he was like, the beat is like, I think you should be like, I was like, well, why don't you just play it?
Why don't you just
and he's like, okay. Yeah. And now he's like, I shouldn't have played it. He was like, I shouldn't have done it, but oh well. I was like, I think it's fine. But yeah. And
that's like the prog record to me. Like not that you guys, not that it sounds like prog, but it's like, and maybe that's just Angel being first, right? But like, I mean, I don't mean that as an insult either,
Yeah. No, yeah, that song we did play live a lot for a long time, but we kind of stopped playing it.
Any reason why?
Lyrically, Jeremy has a hard time with saying some of the words that he doesn't have a hard time singing them. He doesn't want to say the actual lyrics.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like, it's just too fucking weird, dude. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the lyric, but I mean,
Yep. We all know it. Or if you don't, look it up.
And I mean, anyway, yeah, it is what it is. It's an extreme song. It's about some pretty dark stuff. So
yeah. Well, and that's like if there was any, but it's funny because if there's any Sanity Real Estate song that would be like, oh yeah, these guys like Rush, it'd be that one.
Sure. Yeah.
But not as an insult at all, because honestly, most times when you say that, it's like it means one thing, and it's like, oh no, this is like in a different way. Though.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, the worst things.
When I heard Permanent Waves when I was a kid, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What is this? Anyway, yeah.
Well, and both Jeremy and Getty have pretty high register. Too. So there's always that from a very facile perspective.
Although I will say Jeremy has been adapting some of his vocal parts and shifting them lower.
I noticed that, and I actually meant to mention that. Kind of cool. Like,
yeah, no, I like it. His low register is really cool. He's got a good, very cool Peter Gabriel low register.
Oh, Peter Gabriel, sure, yeah. That absolutely makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, because he was like, I just can't hit those high notes, and I was like, then don't.
Then don't hit him.
Then don't hit him, dude. Because to be honest, man, your low register is like, to be honest, way cooler in my opinion. So go low, So. Yeah.
And it's not like he has anything to prove at this point, I mean, why not? Yeah, just do it.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, it's the problem. Part of the problem, you write a part, and then all of a sudden years later, you're like, oh man, I have to keep doing that. That's crazy.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Back to Roger Daltrey.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I mean, I'm old, I'm getting older too. There's, but yeah, I'm 7. I can still play though, so that's good.
7's great. 7's a ripper. But you can't listen to the Pink record then. That's not one you like listening to. I mean,
no,
like sit around and listen to Sunny Day records, but I mean, that's not one that you.
Well, no, there's a few songs where I can actually there's parts of it that I can listen to.
What, like the re-recorded 8 and Friday?
No, definitely not those. No, like It's Scarabait is cool. It's got an interesting vibe and sonically sounds really cool.
Right.
And when I say I can't listen to these records, Brad would. It's not because of the production. It's because of being a kid. And
just having that.
Yeah.
And you're thinking of the experience and the like remembering the motions of doing it almost, right? Rather than being able to listen to it as music, which is hard.
Yeah, there's some songs that are really weird, like trying to like Red Elephant. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Why did I'm like, do I have to fucking do that weird, unnecessarily counterintuitive drum part? It's just like, what was I trying to prove? It's just like, that stuff like that could be annoying.
8, sure, absolutely. Well, 8 is on that, the best Batman, the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the only platinum record I have.
Which is great. By the way, that's how I discovered The Damned, because the Offspring cover "Smash It Up" in there. And that's how that's how I discovered Machine Gun Etiquette, one of my favorite records of all time, is off the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Well, there you go. It doesn't matter how you got there, as long as you get there. So.
As long as you get there, yeah.
That's awesome. Wow.
But I remember being stoked to be like, oh, Sadie's on here. I'm like, oh, interesting choice. Okay, and then
that's really weird and random. And there was just that time period where they were making soundtracks to movies where the music wasn't in the movie at all. It was just weird.
Is that the one? That's the one that has that Seal song, right? That was like just ubiquitous for like years.
And the U2.
Oh, U2. U2.
I think the Flaming
the first song on there. You're right.
Too, weren't they?
Yeah.
Weren't the Flaming Lips on it too?
Yeah, I think so.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Not in the film.
Yeah. None of this stuff's in the movie, but it's just like, but they were like, oh, here's like The Crow. That was another one. I found out about Joy Division because of that 9 Inch Nails cover. Like all those things.
That's why we wrote that song "Bucket of Chicken" for a Crow soundtrack that wasn't used or whatever. So they'd be like, what the fuck is Bucket of Chicken? It's like, I don't know. Sorry. Don't look at me.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sometimes they would say, "What's the song called?" And I would be like, "Well, let's see. How many? It's 8, 9. 47.
Yeah, exactly.
48.
It's BOC. Blue Oyster Cult? Nope.
The Blankets for the Stairs."
Which, if you're again absent of context, it just sounds like mysterious and cool. It's like,
I like that name.
That's crazy. Yeah, that one's really good.
Lazy than the numbers for sure.
Didn't I feel like Red Elephant ended up on like one of these listicles that like Spin or like whatever makes like that, like it's the best of this era or whatever. I feel like Red Elephant.
I didn't know that. I've never heard that.
I'm just dropping all kinds of science on you. Let's see. Guitar Hero.
Wait,
For All Mankind.
For what episode of For All Mankind? So season 3.
It's season 3. And I want to say like halfway through the season, and it's a really cool scene. But I was like, is this MF and Sunny Day Real Estate that's playing?
What's
right
happening
now?
In the scene?
It's like an intense like they're trying to it's like an Apollo 8 kind of thing. Like they're trying to I wish I could remember. Sorry, this is terrible.
Okay, I just want to try. I'll be skimming through.
It's a good scene,
but I just want to like show my son because he'd be like, what?
First of all, that show rocks. And like, it's one of those things where I bought a movie ticket and got a free subscription to Apple TV Plus for 3 months. I was like, well, what's on here? I'm like, oh, this looks cool. What is this? And I was like, oh my God, favorite show. And season 3 is it's got Sunny Day somewhere in it. I'd have to tell you.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I'm gonna have to say I'm probably gonna have to get an HBO Max subscription for a while once that Green Lantern TV show comes out.
That
I'm curious.
looks like it could be cool. looks like it could be cool. I'm keeping those expectations low.
Yeah,
But,
I'm shamelessly a geek, man. Like, I mean, you know, people are like, "Oh, fuck," you know, all those Marvel movies. I was like, "Sorry, I like them."
Yeah, I like them
I'm gonna
too.
go
I
see
mean,
'em.
when
What are you gonna
especially
do?
when they're good, which is sometimes true.
Some of the time, yeah, yeah. But I mean,
I'm
you know,
always living in
my-
hope. I'm like, maybe
My
this
son's
one will
name
be.
is Logan, for God's sake.
Right.
You know, and that's exactly why his name is Logan.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Well, hey, man,
So-
you could do way worse. Well, yeah, I remember us talking in Milwaukee about well, I think we're talking about original series Star Trek or something, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And just like, yeah,
I was raised on it. I think I learned how to talk from watching the original Star Trek series. That's
Right.
why I'm always usually like affirmative instead of yes or things like that.
sure, yeah, it's great. I mean, it still holds up somehow, you know, even with the weird, like when Shatner's in soft focus. Like, why is he in soft focus? Like, what's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah, yeah.
But you don't care about that when you're a kid. You're like, this just rules, you know.
Yeah, yeah. City at the Edge of Forever, man.
That's was it Ray Bradbury that wrote that, or
Maybe I can't remember, but man, yeah, that's heavy, man.
Dude, it is.
Still heavy.
I had like, yeah, you get these like really intense abstract concepts introduced. Harlan Ellison, by the way, that was close.
Oh, okay.
Harlan Ellison wrote that.
Okay. Wow. How did you come up? Did you just Google that?
I just looked it up.
Damn.
Because if I didn't look it up right now, it'd be like Harlan Ellison, like right when I'm like,
yeah.
about to go to bed. And that's
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
way
yeah.
that I am.
No, that's good. Now I know too.
Yeah, it's good that I did that. I try
Yeah.
not to. It's rude. I'm not going to sit here and Google while I'm talking.
It
to
was
someone.
very, very discreet.
Good.
I'm sorry that I pointed it out. I apologize. Just edit this part out. Edit it. Just all you got to do is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So having nothing with Harlan Ellison or Star Trek. Yeah. So Brad Elfman is on one of these lists. I don't remember which one it is, but like I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's on there. A bucket of chicken is not on the list that I'm aware of, but
Yeah, that's not on any of mine either. But you know, we tried playing that a few times live a little while ago because people had requested it, and we were like, well, they requested it at this one show, but not at these shows that we had.
right. So some people want to hear, but it's not you.
Yeah,
you-
so
you-
we're starting to learn. Maybe it's better to have something in your back pocket, and then if it's requested,
Yeah.
pull
Then,
it out. But no, just throw it at him because somebody requested it like a couple months ago. You know?
was
Live and learn.
Jannah
But
so
yeah.
named because of like the sound? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I love-
lazy. That wasn't me. Okay.
All right. Can I tell you? I
don't
love
think-
that, and I invoke that probably more often than I've listened to the song. Because I'll think about,
Yeah.
you know, when someone has like a signature riff, it's like, oh yeah, it's like Jenna, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
And that
I love
song,
that.
you know, we have fun playing. That song is still fun to play live. You know, it could be heavy. You know, it's pretty
It
cool.
rocks. Why? I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah. No, it's cool.
So last time we talked, we did talk about your time in the Foo Fighters. And this is around the same time that Mr. Dave Grohl had his book out that my brother-in-law gave to me as a gift.
Was that long ago?
It was, dude.
I swore that book came out just like a year ago.
No, it was
Jesus Christ,
a
man.
while ago. It's a while ago.
Time is so weird as I get old. You know.
And since then, are you okay? Don't choke.
I'm fine. Anyway, continue. Yeah.
Since then, I've been lucky enough through the internet to hear some of the rest of the sessions, the songs on that session around that wonderful Songs in the Key of X down in the park.
Yeah.
Gary Numan cover. By the way, how I found out about Gary Numan, other than Cars, I knew what Cars was, but I mean like Two Boy Army and like other Gary Newman. That cover.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. What is
Yeah.
this?
Such a
Someone's
great
like,
song.
it's like, oh, I didn't know you like Gary Numan. I'm like, is it Gary Numan?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I gotta say, that demo, like lost recording, like whatever it is, great.
Is that
really
that's
good.
the one from Robert Lang's? We did what, 5 songs?
There's a version of My Hero on there.
Yeah.
And there's
Enough Space.
Yeah, that's
Some other song, and I can't remember what it was called, and I don't think it was ever released.
Yeah, I can't mention how I acquired this, but it fell off the back of a truck. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I've heard Down to the Park was released.
It was. I had that CD. I listened to that.
Yeah.
That and the Frank Black song and the Soul Coughing song got massive play from me on that because I worked at Tower Records when that came out, so I remember it well.
Oh, those songs were also on that soundtrack?
Yes, and there was a Zero song, so you had to you start the CD. This is so. Anyway, you start the CD and then you back it up, and there's a song that's a Nick Cave with the Dirty Three that's before the first song. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. That's crazy.
I mean,
wow.
I worked in a record store that largely sold CDs at that time, so we had nothing but time on our hands. I was making minimum wage.
That soundtrack doesn't even exist anymore. Not even like on Apple Music, nothing. It's just
I got it, but I only have it because I ripped my CD of it. Right, that's the only reason I have it. Which is crazy because like I said, I love that Frank Black song. I love that Soul Coughing song, and I really love that version of Down the Park, which led me to Two Boy Army and to Gary Numan.
Yeah, so, I've had a thing with Gary Numan since I was a kid.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah. So like when I first saw him, I think I'll play on Saturday Night Live. It scared the shit out of me. I think we talked about this, probably.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? Because it's like
It was just I'd never heard anything the synth driven stuff, and also there was just the deadpan. It was like Blade Runner or Escape from New York, but a band or something,
Right? Yeah. No, absolutely.
At that
it's
time,
so vibey.
That's how I perceived it, and. And so then when I was a teenager, I saw Erga Music War, and there was Down in the Park, Gary, live footage of him doing that, and it didn't scare me because I wasn't a kid anymore. Did you hear an echo?
No.
Okay, good. Just me and it's just I hear myself talking after I talk, as long as it's not coming through there. But so in the Erga Music War, Down in the Park, totally just blew me away, was really fascinating, and I started to get really then I started buying his records, and I would just listen to his records, and then Replicas and Telecon and Pleasure Principle and stuff like that, and was just really interested. It was just really interesting to me, and Jeremy Enoch got really into Gary Numan as well, and
makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah. And so when it came to do when Dave said, hey, we should do a cover because we're going to do this X-Files thing, we should do a cover song. What should we do? And I was like, Down in the Park. And he was like, oh, that's a good idea. So, but then I ended up meeting Gary Numan years later, like during How It Feels era time. Our booking agent somehow arranged for him and I to meet after his show at the Phoenix Underground. And we talked for like 2 hours. And so he was one of those things where you meet one of your heroes, and he was super humble, just felt lucky to be able to be doing it again. Super nice. And, he was a very, very, very nice man, and I would love to meet him again.
That's amazing. Did you ever? Do you know that band Battles? With John from Helmet and Ian from Don Caballero. They did that record when the guy who sang most of the songs left. They had like that neat idea of like we're gonna have different singers on each of the songs for this record. And Gary Numan was on one of them, like my favorite one, actually.
Yeah.
And then they made a video that's just a dude falling down an escalator, like for the entire course of the video. But Gary Newman's in the video too, and he's like going up and down the other escalator, and it's like it's the freaking coolest thing, dude. Like it's
wow.
It's one of the things like, all right, I already thought Gary Numan was pretty rad, but he is in this like insane Battles video that
I had no idea. I'll have to check that out. That's cool.
You got to check it out. Like I'm not even someone that like recommends videos off it, but I was like, all right, I got to give it up for this one. This is good.
And then also I don't want to be go on a down note, but I want to say pay respects to his brother who passed away recently.
Oh, of course.
So,
yes, sorry.
Which is a very sad thing. But yeah, hard time for him right now. But yeah, he's an amazing person. So. Really
so other than the Down in the Park, the rest of that was like kind of not meant for the world to be heard.
We were there for 3 days, and so we just tracked those songs, and it was like 3 days to track and just quick mixes, whatever, with Barrett Jones.
Oh, of course, yeah. Barrett, yeah,
very nice guy.
Because I kind of feel like Especially that version of My Hero kind of kicks the hell out of the version that ended up being on the record, Peace and Love. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I did. There's some shoe in a dryery moments here and there. I can hear if you take a microscope to it. I'm like, there's a little Russian dragon, but I mean, it is what it is, very hard song to play, especially if you play it that way where you don't stop and take a break at all.
It's just like a kind of an onslaught.
Yeah, it's a huge pain in the ass, that song.
Yeah.
Very, very, it's just like, all right, here we go. My foot is not going to stop moving for 5 minutes.
Lock in, baby. Here we go.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Down to the Park, I don't think any of that stuff was ever released on anything except for Down to the Park, sort of released overseas on a 10th anniversary Calling the Sheep thing. And
it's a bit rawer than the Gil Norton stuff too, right? I mean, so maybe that was, maybe that's not the side of the band that was not wanted to be put forward, I suppose. Yeah,
maybe so. Yeah. I mean, although the color and the shape tracking that I did, I remember listening back and thinking that it sounded a little bit slick, but then, who knows? Never be heard again. I will say that Logan has heard the cover of Down to the Park, and so Logan is a huge fucking Gary Numan fan, like huge.
Oh, that rules. I love it.
Logan loves Gary Numan. He's like constantly listening to Gary Numan, and he's just getting into Telecon now. So then he tracked down a version of the Down the Park cover, and he's been listening to that, and and he just likes listening to it because he loves that song, and he's like, and that's his dad playing drums, and he just thinks it's interesting,
Yeah.
So
it is. He's right.
Yeah.
It's a great cover.
Yeah. They saw some of the live I'm Okay, You're Okay, the live concert in England.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
And my daughter Mayur goes, "Were you a bad person then?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Well, didn't you drink alcohol?" I was like, "Yes." And yes, I made many mistakes, but I wasn't intentionally a bad person, but it's best that I don't drink anymore. So it is what it is. I said, "Why are you wearing a shirt?" I was like, "Because I could take my shirt off and not be embarrassed back then."
So you say, such was the style of the time.
Indeed, yeah. It was hot. Yeah. It really was hot.
A lot of sweat. I feel like there's a shirtless drummer dispensation for anyone's a hard hitter. It's like, it's fine. Like, whatever. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're chopping wood and running, sitting down. It's like, it is what it is. But I remember at the after I'd been drinking quite a bit of beer for a while, I remember Sunny Day played a show at the Moore Theater. It was before How It Feels came out, but we had tracked it and we played How It Feels in its entirety, but no one had ever heard it before. I was like, dude, it's a pretty bold maneuver, but people were very cool about it. And but I saw footage of that and I took my shirt off and I was like, dude, why didn't you guys tell me that I had like boobs flying around? I was like, Jesus Christ, if I'm not being self-aware, make me aware, but anyway.
Right. That was the Husker Du thing, right? They would play whatever, they'd be on tour and they'd play every song from the record, but the record that the audience hadn't heard yet.
Yeah.
And they did that like all the time. That was
Yeah. We did it once. People were very polite. Let's put it that way. They were. I'd actually never heard a crowd. I'd never heard a crowd scream that loud before. It was the first time. It was our first show back, ever.
Well, that's exciting in its own way. Yeah, sure.
No, it was very cool. So. But we did play in circles at the end.
Oh, nice. Which if you're gonna play anyone, then hey.
Yeah, sure. May as well. Yeah.
But then there's also just the excitement of I remember being like, oh, they're back. Like that's not a band I ever expected to like be back. Huh.
Yeah, I know. And and each time that has happened, that we've broken up, I each time I'm like, there's no way in a million years we're ever getting back together. And then I've learned with Saturday Real Estate is to never ever, you cannot predict what's going to happen or not happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, and there's something kind of lovely about that, right? And it's like being open to the possibilities of the world to a certain degree. But it is definitely, that first time was just like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From an outside perspective. But that's again before knowing the lore and all of like the being able to pull up like articles talking about it. And,
Yeah, we're not allowed to break up anymore because it's just like, for crying out loud, it's just it's like we can either be, we still exist and we are either we're active and we're playing shows, or we're not right now, whatever. But we're not going to break up again. So
yeah.
But then again, who fucking knows?
Who knows?
I made a mistake of saying that I know what's going to happen, but it would be just silly.
The live record, the one from '99. How do you feel about that record?
God, I don't even know that I forget that thing exists. It's not even a real record to me. It's just, it was just a show,
Yeah. It had it came to the VHS tape that had the videos for Seven and like in circles, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah.
As well. And I've got it. See, this would be where I would pull it from my left side or something, but it's okay, there you go. You can pull it from your left side. Great. Wonderful. Okay, I have it. It's over there.
So my mom had a great many things that she archived, and that's one of them, but and then I actually found it on DVD recently, and I was going through some stuff and I found a DVD of it as well. So, and I just haven't transferred it yet. I go through these periods where I'm like, I am like digging through hard drives and old discs and just trying to and mini DVs and stuff and just trying to find stuff and archive it,
Yeah.
Preserve it, But and then this is interesting right here. This is like somebody gave this to me. Sorry. There's 3 of these.
That's exciting stuff.
It's a reel to reel.
Wow! So this is like the 2-inch tape.
These are It's 3 Sunny Day shows.
Oh wow!
From 1997, 98, I guess, or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, I don't have the means to check them out, but at some point I will.
So you basically need someone with
real
tape
we'll
reel.
get there. I don't know too many people that just have one handy anymore.
I gotta imagine there's got to be someone like that is engaged with this show. The nerds that listen to this show,
I'm sure. Yeah. But then
there's got to be someone.
But then I have to go to the band and say, "What do you guys want me to do with this?" So everything's got to go through.
Sure. Well, sure. Yeah. It's not.
So
just gonna
and who knows? Maybe it's terrible. I don't know. But Assertion played a show in Tacoma. And this guy that worked there goes, "Hey, I got something for you." And he brought these out. And he goes, "I've been carrying these around for years, and I'm going to give them to you." I was like,
wow, 2-inch tape is heavy, too. Like, that's like...
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
There's some weight to them,
There's 3 of them here, right there.
That's crazy. Okay,
yeah.
Right, so this is an open call for people, I guess, presumably in the Northwest area. Like, if you have a 2-inch tape machine, get
I'm sure I know somebody that does. I just...
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like... out of sight, out of mind for the rest of those guys. I'm sure that they forget that I have it. It was in a bedroom closet forever, and I just moved it over here.
What if it's great and like Dan's like out of tune the entire time or something? Like, what if there's like some like fatal flaw?
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that nothing like that would happen. We were always in tune back then. I will say that we are definitely better in that regard. Like I think Sunny Day is more in tune now than before, so, and,
that's good.
Yeah. And we passed the Isaac Carpenter test. Do you know who Isaac Carpenter is?
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
He is, one of the greatest drummers in the world and one of the greatest human beings in the world. And he is one of the, what I refer to as the Legion. So there's this area of called Tri-Cities where Nate Mendel's from, Diddley Squat was from there. And there was this legion of heavy hitting drummers, and he is the bright shining light from the Legion, and he's in Guns N' Roses right now.
Oh, is he really? Wow.
Yeah, but he was in a band called AWOL Nation, Louder Milk. He's done a bunch of playing with Craig Wedren from Shudder to Think.
Oh, nice, cool. Yeah. He's coming on again. I guess I should probably figure out what day that is before I mention that in air, huh?
Oh, Shudder to Think is.
See, yeah.
I saw them when they played here.
I would have loved to have seen that.
It was great. Yeah, it was great. It was really, really good. And Nathan from Shudder is actually going to come to the Sunny Day show in New York coming up here pretty soon.
Oh, fantastic!
And I'm going to meet his son, and his son is an amazing guitar player.
Oh, how cool, man!
Yeah, yeah,
that rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do it.
Cool.
So there is Sunny Day stuff on the horizon. Coming
Yeah.
up, right?
Yeah, shows. Yeah, absolutely. As far as what else is in store,
Should probably see another one. It's been a while.
I just don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Timing has not worked out, my friend.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, that's a weird record.
and it's something that I feel like it was a little too.
Silly. No, I just,
No, it was a little too early, a little too late. Maybe kind of hard to say. I feel like that's a weird time for music in general. So much of that seems to be just like gone.
yeah,
Bands that were like, I was there and I remember, and there was like a sold out crowd of people there. It's like they didn't exist.
yeah,
And there's something weird about that. That's like specifically, it's an early 2000s, mid 2000s
Yeah.
thing.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, there was a black hole. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah, but what's cool is that the Fire Theft record still is. It seems to have. I mean, it still exists. There's been repressing of vinyl, and things like that. So, it's out there still. So it exists in the whatever. It's in the historical record still. So.
Did anything ever happen? Wasn't there like a project to try to get a bunch of like video footage and stuff for Fire Theft together? Did that ever like come to pass? I like vaguely remember this from like years ago.
Maury Duchamp was making a documentary about
That's
the
what it
band,
was. Okay,
and he was
yeah.
following us around, and he shot a show and all this stuff, and then was found dead in his car from an aneurysm. And yeah, so I know, and so all that footage, I have no idea where it went.
Oh wow!
I don't know where it went. I don't know how to. I just don't know where it is. So it died with him. So
That's horrible.
yeah, it is. But yeah, it's kind of it was shocking. That was, that I think we talked about it last time. But that sort of rapid fire succession of people dying. That was one of them back then. I was just like, what is somebody trying to tell me something? What the fuck is happening?
It's
Why
like
is everybody
being
fucking
personally
dying?
targeted? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we talked about Scotty.
Yeah.
And that was
Oh, did we talk about
my-
Scotty last time?
wait, did we? Maybe we didn't. Well,
There was a lot.
my old band Replicator played a lot with the Whip.
Yeah.
And which Scotty, Jared and Scotty from KARP and Joe Preston.
Yeah.
And got to know Scotty pretty well around that. And that was a hit, man, when that happened. But I know you guys were close as well. So maybe you can speak a little bit about that friendship and that.
Yeah, he was I wrote that thing for him recently because I haven't I don't think I properly processed his passing, and so like as time went on, I just so I mean, and I miss him like so much more as time goes on, and he was he was very, very kind to me at a time where I was trying to be a better person and walk away from my darker nature and alcohol and stuff like that. And he, he gave me the space to do that. And he just wouldn't. I wouldn't talk to anybody, but he wouldn't stop calling me. He just wouldn't fucking stop. And he was just like, I'm not going to stop calling you until you call me back, William. He's like, and voicemail after voicemail. And then finally he's like, William, he's like, let's hang out. I'm like, okay, sure. And then we started hanging out a lot, and he'd come over to my house and we had an idea about doing a 2-drummer project and it being interesting. And we just needed to find other players. I was like, I wonder how weird it would be if we did that with Bill Dolan.
Be great.
I don't know. I might ask him because that would be really fucking bizarre, man. Who knows what that thing would end up being like? But anyway, so we were going to pursue that concept after we got back from touring with the Whip, and I got back from mixing the Fire Theft record. But right before he left, he stayed the night at my house. We watched this movie called The Imposter with Gary Sinise, and yeah, it was like it's a Philip K. Dick book, and it was done. He was like, "That's Philip K. Dick for you, doom and gloom." I was like, so anyway, so he crashed at my house. All of his cymbals were cracked, so I loaned him 3 for the upcoming tour. I went and I dropped him off, and he had to go to work the next night. So, and then after he was done working, he was gonna call me, and I was gonna go pick him up, and he was gonna crash at my house again. We just had fun hanging out. We would laugh until it hurt. It was just anyway. And but after he got off work, he went out on a boat late at night with some friends, and there was an accident, and he was killed. I never heard from him. I was like, because I was waiting for him to call. I was like, that's. I was just kind of surprised. I wasn't like mad. I was like, oh, that's strange. Oh well, he's probably just tired or whatever. Yeah. But but no, and then I got a call from Kento Oiwa the next day, telling me that he passed away, and I just. Like, there's a lot of people in my life have died, and it's always fucked with me. With Scotty, for some reason, I just really miss my friend, and I really miss that guy a lot. He was so goddamn fucking funny.
Oh my god,
he was such a fucking great drummer,
Yeah.
Like he was so hyper confident, and I was so hyper not confident, And it was an interesting marriage, and at first he was kind of competitive with me, but then he was like, "Oh, this guy's not going to compete with me at all. He doesn't even fucking believe in himself."
Fun.
It's like, and so then he was like, "You should believe in yourself." It's like, yeah, I probably should. So, anyway, really cool guy. And then he was like really interested in the fact that I had started studying martial arts, and would test it out and be like, "Okay, get into bow stance." I'd be like, "Oh fuck." And I'd fucking empty all the air out of my lungs, and he would fucking hit me as hard as he could right here. and then he was, and I wouldn't buckle, but man, I wanted to buckle. And he'd be like, next day I had this fucking like big fucking knuckle shaped bruise on my solar plexus. He wasn't a weak man. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
he was a very strong dude.
A lot of muscle behind that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean. Yeah.
When he looked so like when he would play, he would look so intense. You're like, oh my god, this guy's like a serial killer. And then
that's why they nicknamed him Maniac. Yeah.
And then you'd be like, hanging out later, I'm like, oh, this guy's hilarious. Like, this guy's just like a nice dude. Like, all right.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what was funny about KARP is they were so fucking ferocious, and then in between songs, it was so goddamn funny.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah,
really funny.
I mean, Jared flat out stopped playing music. It took Cody coaxing him out to.
Yeah, and that's great. Again. Yeah, and Big Business is a great band, and and then the Melvins thing happened, and that's really amazing, and but yeah, I mean, Scotty just he, understandably so. Maybe there's a lot of people not willing to give me the chance to not be the town drunk.
Right. But it's not only that he was giving you the benefit of the doubt, but he was actually kind of looking for the good.
Yeah, no, he was
right.
he was.
You need those.
Like he actively like defended me once. Like he was like gave somebody shit for looking at me cross-eyed. He said, "He ain't like that no more." Yeah. And I was just like, it just meant a lot, and it helped me maintain that trying to head in that direction.
It's a good
and
friend.
Not do it and not be alone. So yeah, he was a very good friend. And I miss him, man, a lot. And it's like I miss him more and more. It's like I can't shake it. But yeah, I mean, I know he's happier. It's just me that has to deal with him not being here, And I wish he could have met my kids. He would have fucking loved them. I can hear him saying Logan's name.
It's too young too. And it's like
28.
That's too young,
dude. He was literally he hadn't even got. He was just getting around to taking over the world. You know what I mean?
Oh, I said out loud at the time, I was like, when these guys finally get together and make this record, it's going to split the world in half, is what I said.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the world had caught up to their thing. And by their thing, I mean
yeah.
like, you know, Scotty and Jared's thing, and like, you know, peace
Yeah.
and love to Joe, but like Joe was like, you know, just like the icing on the cake. It was like, no, this
Yeah.
is not only is
Yeah.
this rule, like people are ready for it now. I mean, they were
Yeah.
kind of ready for it at the end of KARP, but KARP itself wasn't ready for it, as it turns out. Ew.
Yeah, I know. But I will say, man, that I would like to give credit to the relentless musical force that Chris Smith is. You know?
Oh, sure. Yeah. No. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
respect.
I did some.
He's the one guy I've never met. I've never said one word to him. But
So when right when the shit happened with the Foo Fighters, I was going down to Olympia because it was Pete Kramiak from Rain Like the Sound of Trains, Verbal Assault. He was the person that finally like kicked me and got like kind of forced me to get back on a drum kit and start playing again, you know.
right.
So I started doing a project with him, and then Chris Smith and Sean Kelly approached me. I was out on Olympia one night, and they were like, "Hey, you should come. You want to jam sometime?" I was like, "Sure." So, and we did, and it was one of those things that you record the practice on a boombox, and you guys are hanging out and can't stop listening to it.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah.
It was one of those things where I was like, "Oh, this is very promising." Like
Yeah.
you know, I was like, "This is actually really cool," you know.
Yeah.
You know, and Chris was like, "I like the boom, boom." He was like, "I like that thing you do, the boom." I was like, "Okay," but
Thanks.
but it was also it was after that practice that Scotty came down and fucking basically challenged me to a drum war because it was in his house that we played. So he came down and I was on his turf. We didn't know each other very well, so we set up drum kit to drum kit, and went to battle. And then soon it was sort of like we ended up sort of just playing off of each other.
Yeah.
And then we switched drum kits, and we were like, couldn't play each other's kits.
Not comfortable at all.
But yeah, you know, it was But yeah,
That rules.
that was kind of where our friendship slowly started, you know, right there. But yeah. But anyway, so I went to Los Angeles to do some recording with Mary Lou Lord. Came back and found out that Chris was in the hospital, and I was like, "Oh shit," you know. Pete was like, "Sit down." I was like, "What?" He told me what had happened. I was like, "What?" I've only been gone for 2 days.
Yeah, it wasn't gone that long.
I was like, how
Stuff can happen fast, man.
you know, not like I was in the fucking best state of mind myself back then.
Well, sure, but I mean,
You know?
that's a pretty extreme example. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I was drinking like a fucking dumbass, you know. Anyway, but you know, fortunately, I mean, the key for me to walking away from drinking was getting a hold of my anxiety, and that was like the real reason I was.
Well, sure, the one drives the other, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It sucks. Yeah. But how do you get a handle on that? You know, there's a lot of different ways. I did a very difficult way, but it worked. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well, some people never do. That's part of the challenge, right? And,
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of an extremist. I like go dive into a Shaolin, you know, kung fu school.
yeah.
And
well,
then, you know, not really knowing that was going to take. I was trying to deal with the rage and anger issues with to deal with that.
entirely
Then-
separate set of problems.
But then all of a sudden, you know, by default, it ended up. It was like, oh, we do anxiety. We take care of the anxiety as well.
Yeah.
So you know, yeah.
No, and that's. I mean, look, there's certainly worse paths to take, right?
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Very hard though. I was like, dude, the first 3 months I could barely walk. You know, and Mr. Q, the master there, whatever, he was just like, takes 3 months for your body to accept the motions, to accept the training. You know, I was like, okay, it was hard. I was like, wow, I'm 30 years old and I'm starting to do this.
Right.
Whatever. Okay.
And every day you're just feel like you've got the business.
Oh, you can't even. Oh, yeah. You're just like, what am I fucking doing? You know, you're walking in to train the next day and you can barely move. But
yeah,
you
you're
know,
like, all right.
Yeah. So keep going. Yeah. But it was great. It was one of the greatest things I've ever done. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, it seems like it yielded a lot of positive aspects to your life. You know, beyond just the skills, right? And
yeah, I wish I would have kept. I mean, I trained outside of there, but I wish I would have stayed with the school. But you know, I can't really. It's not something I can afford anymore. You know, I don't have the extra resources for that. But if I did do it again, I would probably go and try and study jujitsu. Probably someday, maybe. You know, just for fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's That's a good one. It's going to seem like a wild change up in topics, but I'd be remiss to not talk about Basking and the Gaslight because I did, like I said, I did put it on my best of the year list. I think it's a great record. I don't know.
Massive.
Well, you guys got to
effort.
do a whole lot of press behind it necessarily, but yeah, the Assertion record is great.
So Spartan Records got they started working with a new press company or whatever. I'm not saying that they're not, but he just said that. So when the first Assertion record came out, like the intermission record, Rolling Stone put it in top whatever records of the year, whatever, like a whole bunch of.
And this time you got me.
No.
A little bit of a step down, but we appreciate it.
It's like we only have our friends promoting it. John said, for whatever reason, they sent the Basking and the Gaslight. No one will fucking touch it. No one will say a word. Nothing. And he was like, and I don't understand. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. Okay, that's fine. It's a lot better than the first record, so it doesn't really make sense. I don't get it. It's, I don't know. And he goes, I don't know. It's just after the COVID thing, things changed. I was like, okay, whatever. Other bands get promoted.
Yeah, well, things are also kind of in and out of the zeitgeist for whatever reason, right? I mean, and sometimes...
I think there was me coming back to music, and that was like, oh, he's back. Oh, he made a record. There's that. And then it's like, second record. Oh, what?
Yeah, it's not interesting anymore. Yeah. It's like,
but in my opinion,
Boo.
that second record is profoundly more interesting.
I agree. I like the first record. I think it's good.
I do too. I mean, it was a good guerrilla warfare project. As in we did it in-house,
Yeah.
And then the second one the same, but Justin, probably should get a Purple Heart for the amount of work and reinventing the wheel that he did to produce that record, so for sure.
Well, and it's funny because it's like a lot of themes of like survival and resilience and whatnot in there as well, which is sort of baked in.
Yeah, I mean, he did almost die. Literally,
he had a brain, like a brain injury or something.
So
right?
he got jumped and they kicked him in the face and they split his jaw. So he was in the hospital from that. And then the skateboarding accident, where he had the brain bleed, fractured his skull. So I mean, I mean, he shouldn't even be here. He collapsed in the kitchen. That's how Pete Palmisani from my old band Brawley Banks. He just died a little while ago. He hit his head and didn't go to the hospital. Typical Tony Palmisani maneuver. He was in Red Star's Theory. I don't know if you ever.
Oh well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
tape of theirs.
Yeah. So he and I were in a band called Brawley Banks for a while, and there was a very inspired little project. We were like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 7-piece band. Where it was a big band. There was a lot of us. So it's very heavy, but Anyway, he hit his head and didn't go to the hospital. In typical Tony fashion, and died. The brain bleed thing. But Justin Tominga, he collapsed in the kitchen, but his daughter was there, so he called the hospital or called an ambulance or whatever. But,
what could have been, though, man? That's just terrifying stuff, right?
Yeah. So now he wears a helmet, and I could see how much he fucking hates it. I could see.
He's not built for that, huh?
No, he's not much. Justin is I mean, he's like the old uncle that'll thinking, whatever, mow the lawn on the tractor, but go through all the sticker bushes and not give a fuck and be bleeding, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's just exactly. I don't give a fuck, So, yeah. But I mean, he gives a fuck now.
You kind of have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you have people in your life.
Yeah. He's got, 2 kids,
Well, no, I think it's a really great record, and it's something where I still have yet to see you guys play. I hope that happens at some point,
Well, so Chris Jordan, who plays bass at Sunny Day, has graciously stepped over, and that's his bass cabinet, little portable bass cab over here. And we just had our first practice with him a week ago.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah. So now we have a bass player to play with us again.
So that helps. And,
out of respect for Brian. And I mean, I don't think Brian would want us to stop. He'd want us to do it. Yeah. I mean, we are working towards a live set for sure. So, and Justin and I have a problem where we'll get together to practice and sort of bring all the old songs up to speed, but then we'll write 5 on accident.
Accidentally write a whole new record.
No, yeah, Justin and I don't have a problem. Justin and I do not have a problem writing. It's just like we get together, and every time we get together, it's just like, you know, and then there's like another new thing.
Good problem to have.
We have so many songs that we've just come up with just by hanging out that we can't remember where they are. We know that there's like recordings of them on drives and stuff. We're like
they're not well labeled,
you know.
Yeah.
No. And so like so many times I'll come across a thing. I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll send this to him. I was like, oh yeah, there was this idea. Remember? Yeah. There's a lot of them. You know, he's got a drive that's got like the number like 296. You know, like 305. You know, like all song ideas. You know, so it's just there's a lot to go through. So
I mean. You know, again, good problem to have, right?
Yeah, way worse problems to have. Yeah, one of my favorite things to do is to like create music and make and record it, and document it, and that's what I love. That's one of I love it. That's my favorite thing.
And it seems like there's a vitality to the Assertion stuff that's like it doesn't just seem like, oh, good, they're having fun. You know, it doesn't have that. What I characterize as like the Tuesday blues band vibe, you know?
Yeah, no, it's purposeful, you know. It's because there's something that is to be, you know, said, whatever, either musically or lyrically, whatever. So yeah, for sure, I think
that's
so.
exciting. Well, I hope that. I mean, do you think? Because I know there's only a few San Diego real estate dates on the docket that I'm aware of right now. Like, what do you think? There's going to be some live?
Well, I mean, we've got the 3 shows. The 3 shows coming up, and then I know we're doing the Wembley thing, and
Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, with wait, was that announced yet? Oh shit, I don't know if that was announced.
I mean,
with My Chemical Romance. Yes, I think it was announced. Yes, it was announced.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just looked it up. Wow.
Okay, so that was announced. Okay, good.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. And then we're gonna do a couple shows around that, and then I know we're gonna play a festival in Poland, and then I know that we're playing Red Rocks with Jimmy Eat World, and then I don't know if I'm supposed to say. I don't think that's been announced yet. We're playing Red Rocks with another band that is. That we're whatever. We're playing second. They're playing third, but Jimmy Eat World, I think, is whatever. But
nice.
We're gonna play Red Rock.
Jimmy.
I've never played. I've never met Jimmy. But
you know what? When I worked at Tower Records, the same Tower Records where I listened to the X-Files songs in the key of X on the play stock, one of the only in stores that store ever did, Smoking Popes and Jimmy Eat World.
Wow.
So I've seen them one time. And it was at the record store I was making minimum wage at.
Never met him.
So there's a bunch of cool San Diego real estate stuff happening.
Yeah.
Nothing I can see, but it seems great.
Then weaved in and out of that. Yeah. Some Assertion shows. Yeah, definitely. Not that, they'll be promoted or anything, but,
Hey, you should have that Protonic reversal bump coming at you pretty soon, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah,
1, 2 dozen people. No.
I mean, hey man,
it's more than that.
It's appreciated. It's cool to be able to like have a real conversation with someone they actually know and get along with. So
I think it's a great record, dude. Like I would think it's a great record even if you weren't in these other legendary bands. And I would be like, this band rules. And that's my criteria for putting something on that list of like, is this something I want to listen to? And want other people.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, there was a lot of effort put towards making it to where you listen back to it and you don't mind hearing it.
There's a lot, to kind of discover for the attentive listener, which I appreciate. I try to do that stuff myself, and it's like one of those things where it's not how everybody listens. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, as a result, though, I mean, granted, it was a little rough, but Justin is now a full-fledged producer, basically.
I mean, I'm not surprised. He went deep on this one.
Oh yeah. No, the amount of work. I mean, granted, I would lend my ear, and be like, give my suggestions. But I mean, as far as like the actual heavy lifting and learning how to produce, and learning how to like make things happen sonically, that's all him. Someday I'm still in training. I'm I'm a babe in the woods still as far as production and logic, but I'm just now going through, like right now I'm practicing with all the old Bill Dolan files and trying to like sort through those, everything. So I load them all in and everything is all mismatched. And then there's like more than one take of in like, and so trying to find the takes. And match it. It's
like the world's most inscrutable puzzle.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it because, you know, it was a time and place and I'd like to get it and put it together.
Well, that's exciting. I hope when you do that, you'll come back on and talk about that, because that sounds like a lot of work.
Well, Bill Dolan
and
Bill Dolan did actually. So he and Bill and I were working on all these songs, and then, you know, whatever. My brother shot himself in the head. I kind of like had a nervous breakdown, and I kind of stopped playing for a year. So he left. So a lot of those song ideas, he actually ended up recording with Nate Mendel and Joe Wong, and so that's a record we're checking out.
Oh, that was the
so there's a lot of those song ideas Billy and I were doing, and then they ended up being reimagined with them. And Nate was jamming with us a little bit back then, but then he had to leave. But he ended up, you know, making that record with him. So that's great. So people should check it out for sure. So
anything else that we didn't get to in this conversation that you can think of that people should know about? Or?
Yeah, no, I think we covered a lot actually. You know, my son Logan was going to come over and sit in for a bit, but I think he changed his mind. So, yeah.
Well, it seems like you're in a good place, and I mean, there's some pretty exciting tour stuff happening. That's the fucking Wembley Stadium. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's just I'm just trying to figure out how to make a living is the only problem. You know, but aside from that, you know, teaching, you know, it doesn't quite cut it. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm navigating the tightrope. You know,
is that are you taking on any other students or anything?
I will take on as many students as I can get. It's just a matter of getting them. You know, and people are like, you need to advertise your teaching. I'm like, I mean, I've got a thing. I mean, I don't know. There's probably other ways to do it, but I mean, I've advertised on the social media platforms, of which I have two, you know, to the TikTok and the Facebook. Not Facebook, Instagram. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I can't do it. Too many fake me's.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
All right. So people that are aspiring drummers or drum curious, they can they can come at you and maybe pick up a lesson or two, and that's the thing.
Really want to do that though, because you know, one time this guy signed up for he didn't even pay for it yet. He was like, I'll get you, and then the session came, the Zoom opened up, and he was sitting there, and there weren't any drums, and I was like, where's the drums? And he goes, what happened with the Foos, man? I was like, dude, are you fucking serious? And I was like, dude, come on, man. Come on, dude. Give me a break. I'm trying to, anyways, like, I'll pay for the one lesson. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. Anyway. I
was going to ask if, like, you know,
anyway, so
do you have anyone like sign up and just be like, hey, can you show me 7? Which I don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, that is totally fine, and I'll totally do that. And then I actually have done that, and I've been like, wow, I never realized how weird. I was like, it's one of those stream of consciousness drumming things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's you know, there's people that are whatever, maybe they're self-taught or whatever, and they could do a certain thing, and they do it, and it's very sort of natural for them. And then, but I didn't realize how unnatural some of that stuff might be for other people.
If they're not the human being that did that, yeah.
Well, yeah. You know what I mean? And, you know, there's a person whose individual style is so them that it's kind of hard for even a great player to figure out their thing. You know, that kind of thing.
There's something to be said for that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, right on.
Awesome. Well, I'll link you in that. William Goldsmith, such a pleasure to have you back.
Thank you.
It's been far too long. My apologies on that.
Oh no, dude. You know. Yeah, no worries at all.
You've been busy. I've been busy. You know, we got there eventually. That's the important thing. Just like that second Assertion record. Boom.
Yeah, and I think we made this in. Yeah, no shit. No kidding.
Wow,
you know, I used to sit and go, I wonder if this record's ever going to come out. And then I'll be like, it'd be kind of a shame if it didn't. It's
yeah.
like, but
at this
God,
point.
I don't see the finish line. I cannot.
Yeah.
But we got there. But yeah, no, I mean, it's great to talk to you, man. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Last question. Only can question I ever ask before I let you go.
Okay.
Why do you do what you do?
Well, there's an original reason, which is sort of to document the human experience. But now it's just all for my kids. Yeah. So two, they changed, you know? So yeah, but that's why. Yeah.
William Goldsmith, thanks so much, man.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Take care, brother.
Bye, everybody.
There goes William Goldsmith. I'm going to play us out with one of my favorite songs on the Basking and the Gaslight record, which, again, so named as one of the best records of 2025. So say I. Check it out. This is Please Wake Up.
From a downslide now, and who do you trust now? Crooked hands, broken teeth, eyes that pierce subconscious belief. Will you one candid smile, a slithering. I understand. Gentle hands caressing them, slowly killing your defense. She smiled away in that blissful look. Manipulation stands as a throat of belief, and then you mostly die from the tearing apart, ripped to the core. Red flags on your way back home, like a foggy road, no one else can know. I'm so you again. And you know it's not right, and you know it's not true. We fell in the light and the smile we ripped over. Time and time and time and time again, you fall back down. Genuinely rotten, disgusting manipulation of beast of human flesh, a pile of bone and mesh. Your sociopathic desires, manipulation must wake you up. Please wake up. Sociopathic desires, manipulation must wake you up. Please wake up. Sociopathic desires, manipulation must wake you up. Please wake up now. Please wake up. Please wake up now. Red flags on your way back home, on the foggy road, no one else can know. Come to you again.
There you go. Please wake up. Assertion, Basking in the Gaslight. Go to assertion.bandcamp.com for that, and or Spartan Records. Doing a lot of good work. They also put out that great Season Risk and that awesome new Shriner record as well. Very busy, those guys. So there you go. Mr. William Goldsmith, Sandy Real Estate. Playing all around. Good stuff. I'd like to thank him for being back on the show. Name of the show, of course, is Neutron's Protonic Reversal. Thank you so very much for listening to it. This show airs Thursdays, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, streaming live, YouTube and Twitch. Podcasted later everywhere. No ads, no sponsors, no kidding. Always free, protonicreversal.com. That's where you can get that. If you like the show and you want to get episodes sooner, $1 a month at patreon.com/Protonic Reversal. Achieves that goal. Helps keep the lights on in this joint as well. The heat on. Thanks for folks sharing the episodes around, liking, subscribing to your platform of choice, even leaving a review. All that helps people discover the show. Beats back the almighty algorithm. It's just a darn nice thing to do. So thank you for doing it. What else? I mentioned the Red Cross tour. There's going to be some good episodes between now and then, though. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stick with it. Etc. 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 Oh, yeah, Best of 2025 episode still available on anywhere you get your podcasts. Surprisingly not taken down on YouTube yet. So maybe it's all there. Anyway, stay safe out there.
Can you hear me now?
Check you later.
Out on Route 128, dark and lonely. I got my radio on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Welcome to my top 10. I'd like to thank our sponsor. But we haven't got a sponsor. Not if you were the last man on Earth. She was prepared to prove it. This one goes out to a special girl. But there is no special girl. It's the end of radio. The last announcer plays the last record. The last what? Leaves the transmitter. Circles the globe in search of a listener. Can you hear me now? Is it really broadcasting if there's no one there to receive? It's the end of radio. As we come to the close of our broadcast day, got my radio